Hi everyone, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. I'm glad to be back live with you all. I like being live instead of having to do pre-recorded videos. I'm gonna wait till we get a few more people on. I have a couple of announcements I want to share with you. First of all right, I see a few more jumping on. So I am a breast cancer survivor, and I just finished my medication after 5 years. So I am cancer-free, medication-free, and I'm doing well. And I'm so happy. You know, taking one less medication is very nice. Because every year I do a breast cancer fundraiser. I have been supporting the Susan G. Komen Foundation for years, 30 plus years. My mother-in-law had breast cancer. My sister-in-law had breast cancer. I am the first of my family to have breast cancer, but I'm a survivor. They caught it early, so go get your mammogram. Mammograms save lives. But since I'm going to be gone most of October, I started my fundraiser now. September 14th it started, and it's going to go till October 15th. And what the fundraiser is that when you spend $40 in my online store, you get to choose a package of Love and Courage cards. There's 5 cards with the envelopes, or a mystery pack of assorted cards. So these are going to be just general, they could be thank you, birthday, they're assorted cards. And if you decide to put the Love and Courage stamp set inside your $40 order, I'll send you the PDF on how to make the 5 Love and Courage cards, and I'll show those to you in a moment. So Stampin' Up! Also is donating $3 per every stamp set that is sold to breast cancer foundations of their choosing. So my fundraiser is for all of my sales from September 14th through October 15th. I'm going to donate 25% of my sales to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Like I said, I've been supporting it for years. Last year's fundraiser wasn't as great, but I know there's, a lot of people are having tough times, so I totally get it. But anything helps, I myself wasn't able to benefit from it because I was diagnosed during the pandemic, which is okay. I survived, I got through it. But, some people do need those support groups. I definitely had a support group on the outside from friends and family. So let me show you. I get all carried away that I forget. I probably forgot half of this stuff. So let me show you the cards. Oh, I know. I want to tell you about double dipping. But here's the first card, or one of the cards. Here's another one. I try to use different colors besides just pink. Breast cancer is the pink ribbon. And then I love this one with the sunflower embossing folder. I think this one's plain inside, yeah. And then this one as well. And it's okay to not be okay. It says, friends don't let friends fight cancer alone. It's okay to not be okay. And I put that pink ribbon in there. So double dipping tomorrow, and tomorrow only for 24 hours, Stampin' Up! Is having a stamp sale and tools. So when you place the order, you're going to save 15%. So you're going to get more than your normal $40 would. If you're going to place a $40 order, you're going to be saving 15%. And if you add this Love and Courage bundle, again, you're going to get the PDF tutorial on how to make that. But choose whatever stamps you want. And again, you're going to get the choice of either pack of cards as a gift from me, and then your $40, 25% of your $40 will go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Okay, like I said, I get carried away, so hopefully I covered everything. And thank you guys for joining me. I see a lot of you joining in. Again, I'm live. I'm glad I'm back live. So, as always, share my video. You can share my video from YouTube. You can share my video from Facebook. Wherever you share it, just let me know that you shared it and you'll be entered into a prize drawing. I sent a lot of prizes out today because I was behind. I went to the post office just a while ago. And this week I'm going to do a Stampin' Up notepad and a pin, Stampin' Up pin. This was the quickest prize I grabbed, so that's this week. And then if you want my PDF tutorial, just join my email list. If you're already on my email list, you'll be getting it on Friday. So every Friday I send out a new PDF tutorial, and then I put the previous 2 weeks on there as well. And these are only for my email subscribers. Nobody else gets them. So be sure and join my email list. Okay, so there's one other thing that I want to share with you, and that is the end of September is the end of the Stampin' Up year. October 1st is the beginning of the Stampin' Up year. So for next year, I have set myself up some big goals. I'm trying to expand my business. I want to do more classes. You know, I travel a lot, but I still maintain my business. And I'm going to do a lot more to get my business out there and start reaching some goals. So the first goal is I'm trying to up my title. Right now I'm silver. I want to become silver elite. So by doing that, I need to grow my team. I love my team. I just need to grow more of it. And if you're interested in joining my team, there is a special coming up October 1st. I don't know all the details, but once I do, of course, I will let you know. But if you have any questions about it, if you're already spending a lot of money on my, purchasing from me, you'll automatically get a 20% discount. If you get friends and family to order from you, you make 20% off of them with the option to earn up to 25% off. And plus, there's just different rewards, and I reward my team in different ways. But if you have any questions, just let me know. So I want to get my title up. I want to up one on my title. And then my second one is I want to earn the incentive trip. The incentive trip is not until 2027, so I have a whole year to work for it. But I'd like to get it as soon as possible. And it'll be a trip to Costa Rica. I have as much traveling that I have done. I have never been to Costa Rica. And it just looks like such an amazing trip. Stampin' Up rewards their people very well. So myself and a friend were keeping each other accountable for reaching our goals and doing everything that we say we're gonna do. So I wanna let you know I'm gonna do more classes. I'm gonna do my first ever retreat. I'm gonna do bingo. So there's a lot more stuff coming your way, and I just, I'll need your support, and just know that there's a lot of good things coming your way. So if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. I know all this is probably like, well, it doesn't really mean anything to me, as far as how the Stampin' Up year goes and stuff, but I want to reach some goals this year. I'm really committed to making those goals happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our project. We're going to make a mini trick or treat bag. And thank you guys for joining me and always supporting me. I appreciate it. I know that was a lot today, but let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start out with the 8x7 piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. So 8. Well, let's go 7. 7 on this side, because the other side's 8.5 already. We'll just cut off that 1/2 inch. So 8. And that little 1/2 inch. Okay, so now we're going to score the 8-inch side at 3 and 5. So since we're going to be gone most of October, I was getting ready to decorate for Halloween. Is it too soon? What do you guys think? I love Halloween. So at 2, the short side at 2 and 5. I don't know. Halloween's one of my favorite holidays. I'm skipping fall, I guess. But is it too early? Okay, so let's burnish these lines. We always want to have nice crisp lines. And I also wanted to, let me make sure I did that right. Did I do that? Yeah. I have one put together because I was trying to figure it out before. Make sure I had everything. So on the long side, we're going to cut up these score lines. And you can angle these if you like, slightly. You could even cut these in half if you want. They're just going to give a little bit of support to the side. But I'm going to show you how I do mine. So on the other long side, cut up this score line as well. I usually already have my house decorated for fall once football season starts. I change my decorations every month. So what I do is instead of putting this on the inside where you would put this like this, because then when you put your treats in there, it's not going to catch on it, but you know, it's just, we're going to hide it. We're going to put it on this back side. So we're going to glue it to the back side. And that's just my own personal preference. You can do however you like. So I'm going to add some liquid glue. So we have a wedding in California. Hold on, I did it. I didn't get that all the way down at the bottom. And so we're going early so that we can go help get ready for the wedding. And then, you know, go enjoy family, friends. You know, 3 weeks still isn't even enough when you're trying to see everybody, and then plus when you have something going on. So now we're going to put these ones like that. So this, where it's got the seam, so it doesn't have this, is going to be the front. And again, my personal preference. But our son will still be here at home. We're just going ourselves. We'll be able to spend time with our daughters and our grandkids. You know, I was just out there. But I will be back. Okay, so now there is our little box or bag. So let's go ahead and make our handles. So I'm going to use the circles from the Stylish Shapes. And then this is the 3rd and the 4th to the smallest. So there's 2 more that go in here. And we need basic black. And I have a bunch of scraps here that I'll use. Let me get my cut and emboss machine. When I was doing my sample, I forgot to do my handles first. Well, you have to glue your handles first. So don't do the mistake that I did. So you're going to put the large one on first, and then you're going to put the smaller one inside of it. And center it like so. And that'll be one handle. And these extra circles you can set aside and save for another project. And let's do this one, center it, and cut again. And I think I'll put this away because we'll do some die cutting in a bit. So here are our 2 handles. And like I said, these circles, just save them for something else. Let's get these out of the way. And so what I did is I put mine here on the outside. And I would say like this is 3/4 of the way down. I mean, you could do them however you want. Your front one you want to do first. So I'm going to go. And the reason I'm doing the front one first, because that's going to set where we want our back. And I knew I probably put too much glue. I went too far. And then this one, you could just line it up. You could eyeball and see where the other one is. And so I'm going to not put as much glue and hopefully get it right. I'm trying not to stick my head in the camera, and I already got glue on my finger, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to wipe this glue off here. So now we could cut our designer series paper, because now we have our handles, and the designer series paper is going to cover up those handles. All right, so we're going to use the Spooky Sweet designer series paper. I have used this quite a bit. I was down to the nitty-gritty on the designs, but I'm using this one with the windows. But here's the different patterns. You know, it has all these die cuts. Since this box is small, I really didn't want to use the die cuts. I'm going to use the little characters that are in the stamp set. So we are going to use this pattern, but then we're also going to use the back side. I like to use the back side. So we're going to cut 2 7/8, the 2 notches before the 3. So 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And we need 2 of those, one for the front and one for the back. And then we need 1 7/8. 1 7/8, 2 before the 2 by 2 7/8. You know me, I'm always doing those ace, and these are going to be the sides, and we're going to use this back side. So 2 7/8. And then those are our pieces of designer series paper that we're going to need. Get this out of the way. How's everybody doing? How's your weather? Today was crazy here. Right now the sun is shining. Earlier we had thunder, lightning, major downpour. So we're going to glue these bigger pieces to the front. And like I said, it's going to cover up your handle. That's why we want to do the handles first. Like I said, I forgot on my original. I had to tear it apart. You guys would be surprised how many times I tear things apart and then redo them to get them just right. And then even afterwards, I'm like, oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. I'm going to show you something at the end because well, I don't even think I showed you the project. But I didn't use a sentiment on this at all because the little characters, like I said, it's not big, but yet it's big to put a lot of candy in. Let me show you once I think I need to put more glue towards the ends. I don't think I have because I don't want to get it on me since I already have it on me. And look, that's why now I'm really going to have trouble. So this side here is the front. I'm going to need a baby wipe because but here's our bag. I didn't even show you. But look at all the stuff it holds. It's got a ring pop in it. I love this snack mix. You guys see me use it a lot from Trader Joe's. And a whole Hershey bar fit in there. So you can fit quite a bit in here, but it's just not a lot to decorate. So I didn't use a sentiment, but I'll show you. Let me grab a baby wipe because my fingers are all sticky. And this glue, you know, this glue's amazing, but sometimes when you want to get it off, it's a little hard. Okay, so now we are going to do our little characters, and I'm just using a scrap piece of white. Let's use that side. And we are going to stamp our little kitty and our doggy. And we're going to stamp them in Memento Black. Now you guys know we're doing away with rubber stamps, so everything's going to be these photopolymer now. And sometimes you don't get a crisp, like, see how it doesn't look all filled in, the hat? Look at her cauldron. So I always like to ink it up a lot, but if you have a piercing pad, you could tell I stamp on mine. I use it more for stamping than piercing. But this is like adding that rubber to it, and you get a little bit more crisp. I probably could have added more ink. And then we're going to do our little pumpkin. I forgot the pumpkin. But use a piercing mat. And these are not, I don't know. I don't want to say it's just $5 because it might be more, but another way, if you don't get a crisp, use your Stampin' Right marker and then just color it in, and then you get it nice and black. So that's how I touch up mine a lot. If I don't get a crisp, you know, sometimes you get a really good stamp. And other times you don't. I think it's the pressure. But there's her hat. Let's do the cauldron. So since she's got the cauldron, we're using the little pumpkin to put in his hand. All right. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Blends, and I am doing him in crumb cake. So it's funny because sometimes I just do different. So I'm going to outline with the dark, and then I will go into my light, fill in with my light. And I really messed that one up. I went out of lines like a kid at school. So grab that ink from these edges and blend it in. Blend, blend, blend. Do you guys start with dark and then fill in with light, or do you light and then go with dark? Like I said, it just depends sometimes. I guess it depends on what I'm coloring. I don't know. My crumb cake sounds like it is getting ready to run out. I've been using it a lot. And do his hands, crumb cake. And to me, I'm going to say this little part right here is part of his leg. All right. Oh, and then we need to do the little piece of his chest. All right. Now let's do Granny Apple Green. So this is dark. So again, I'm going to go over some of the areas that I want dark. I'm trying to think how I colored. I need to just look at my original. His shorts are going to be dark. He's Frankenstein. And I wasn't sure if I should make him like Frankenstein color. But he's a doggy. So I didn't want to make him green. I figured I'd make his clothes green. He's Frankendog. I hope the squeaking is not bothering you. Like I said, I am cleaning my craft room. I have been cleaning, or I should say decluttering. I like to keep a fairly organized craft room, Okay, now we're gonna color his lollipop and pumpkin pie. Oops, I forgot his sleeve. I am just talking away. Where's my light? There, now he's complete. Okay, now we're gonna do her outfit and pumpkin pie. I just skipped right over coloring her, didn't I? Sometimes to blend these colors in, you need to do it right away. I love the Stampin' blends. When they come out with Stampin' blends, it's like my favorite. I felt like now I can color. Now I'm somewhat of a little artist because the coloring, they make it so easy to blend. I guess that's why they're called Stampin' blends. Do you guys own Stampin' blends? Now her stockings, our leggings, I'm gonna do them striped. So let's go here, dark. Just this one dark, and I'm doing a terrible job at staining the lines today. This will be light. Look, I just went out of the lines again. All right, so now we're gonna do her body in smoky slate. So I'm gonna do the outline in the dark. We're coloring all this in dark, except for her nose. I'm gonna do her nose light. And who likes to color with the blends, or would you rather just have a stamp that does it all for you? I like the blends because of the shading. You can do the shading, and like I said, it makes you look like you're an artiste. Do her hands, do her tail, feetsies. Okay, anything else I missed? All right, oh, the pumpkin, the little pumpkin. So we're gonna go dark, 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 and then light. There we go. There, his pumpkin is ready. I don't know, his legs don't even look like I colored them. Add a little bit more color to him. Maybe the light was a little bit light. All right, so there are our characters. Now let's get our die cutting together. And then I'm using this, I think it's Peaceful Garden Glimmer paper. Now it's funny because I've been calling the colors like Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, because those are the colors in the Peaceful Garden. But if you look at the pack, it says like light green. I'll show you in a second. I think light green, blue, and something else. So we're gonna use that for our bats. Move that tape for a second. You seen that little one was moving all over, so that's why I taped it down. So here's our bat. So I thought this was Secret Sea. That's what I was calling it. So we're just gonna die cut some bats because we wanted them to be blingy. And okay, get all this out of the way. And let me me show you that glimmer paper before I forget. So here's the glimmer paper. See, I thought this was cloud cover. This was Secret Sea. And this was just a blue. I'm not sure. But on the packet, it says blue, dark gray, and soft green. So they're calling this dark gray, this soft green, and this blue. But I think they coordinate with the Secret Sea and cloud cover. Just my opinion. But you know, I love to have some sparkle on my projects. So I wanted to use the glimmer paper. And here's our little pumpkin. And I'm gonna grab my silicone mat so that I can glue. We're just gonna glue his little pumpkin pail because they're going trick-or-treating. And just all you need is like a tiny dot of it. And glue his little pumpkin pail. Okay. So now, so see this little cat right here? This window, it just so happened I got it in my designer series paper. Now this isn't in the instructions, but this is again, just to give a little texture. See this one right here at the bottom? You don't need the whole window, but if you want to add some more texture, some more 3D to it, just use your paper snips, trim it out, and then we're gonna add some dimensionals behind it, and it's gonna pop up. But we're gonna do it so that you can see why you don't need the whole window, because it's just gonna lay right over the other one. And I just want it to have a little bit more 3D effect. Now again, I'm showing you things that are not in the instructions just because I'm showing you how to step it up. Let's put this a little bit better. Okay, so with dimensionals, we're gonna pop that little kitty cat window up. You guys like 3D? So look how this is gonna line up. And now you can't even tell that that's not even, because we're gonna add our characters, so I should have grabbed some more dimensionals. I do have more. We'll put that little guy there since that came off. This, that, add some to her. I know I always ask, do you guys like a lot of dimensionals or a little dimensionals? I usually don't put this many. But, again, it depends how your designer series paper is cut and where your window's going to be. So we're just going to, let's move him over. Let's add her first so we could see where we're going to place him. Because then oh, you know what? I'm so silly. On my original, I added the pumpkin to her, not realizing she had a cauldron. And, well, we're going to cover up our kitty cat's going to be covered up. But that's okay. And then I glued a bat to the handle, just because I wanted to add something there. And we're gonna get our petunia pop ribbon and tie a bow around the handle. I always do my stuff upside down because then they come right side. I don't know if you guys seen recently, Stampin' Up! Had people showing how they tie their bows. I didn't do it because I tie mine upside down. But I don't know if you've seen, they're coming out with the advent calendar. That's gonna have an exclusive stamp set, and I think it's gonna be available to order September 23rd. I didn't fully look at the updates today. All right. And snip. There's our handle. And oh, so now what I was going to show you, since I didn't add a sentiment, but you can still see that that window's popped up, are just our kitty cat's covered. So let's put all our stuff in here in this one. And as you can see, I popped this window up, but there you can see the cat. So it all depends on how you cut your designer series paper. So let's add our foam stars. I used the purple because they stood out. And look at those little eyes, how cute. Oh, we were at Home Depot not too long ago, earlier today, and they have so many Halloween characters. Some people don't like Halloween. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. We usually have a Halloween party, and so that everybody dresses up and we just have a good time. Okay, so since there's no sentiment, these are those little pieces that you always have left over when you cut the 5 1/4 by 4 pieces of basic white to go inside your cards. So I like to save these because these are perfect for sentiments. So this one, there's 2 ways you can do it. So we're just gonna stamp this right here, and I'm gonna stamp it again. I wish I had another Hershey bar, because then I could show you the 2 ways to do it. So this first one, you just angle and angle, and you can stick it on your Hershey bar like so, or whatever you put it in. So it's just so that you have a sentiment. You can do it like that, or this other way is we can just cut this straight, cut this one here, cut this one here, and you could put "don't worry" on that one and then "eat sweets" on this one. So I'll put those on, but I wanted to show you the 2 ways and just add a dimensional. Don't worry, eat sweets. And so that's one way of adding a sentiment, because there was really nowhere to put it on here. So look how cute that is. So you can do it just like so. So which way do you like it? Like that, or would you rather have just the one on there? Let's put it like that. So cute, huh? Well, that's our project for today. Next week I have a video for you with using the Love and Courage stamp set. So there's another idea of how to use that stamp set. So there's our 2. Now look, I added the pumpkin on her, not realizing she had the cauldron. Silly me, but I can move that and put it over there on him. And then I popped up the window. So there's my project this week. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Take care.